Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization, we head to Mount Adams because of all the Bigfoot sighting reports that we receive from this area. We want to investigate the Bigfoot phenomena and take a look around, and it's kind of exciting to be in a place that's known for the paranormal activity such as UFOs around this amazing volcano. We're going to take you along.
This is as close as you can drive to it without hiking to that mountain, huh? From what I saw on the map, this is like the closest you can get to it. When we circled around and went back this way. The UFO.
I don't know if the camera can focus on that.
Jet stream behind it though.
Brody found a print. We saw up ahead this really weird rock thingy that looks purposely made. That's about the same length as my foot, which is 12.5 inches long. It leads up.
The little eyes, nose, the mouth, and the teeth.
Oh, someone even painted it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's definitely not a Bigfoot.
Charcoal.
They used charcoal to do it. Okay.
But what are the sticks for coming out the back?
I don't know.
Like, what was the purpose of that?
This is just weird.
Mm-hmm.
That fell over. Looked like that was up there too.
Yeah.
You know, there isn't any like trails to really mark here either. Just for the fun of it, I guess. I don't know what that's all about. Weird. I don't know. Maybe they're marking this. Maybe there's something cool up there. We're in the shadow of Mount Adams, looking at some Bigfoot sighting locations. We've been sent some pretty compelling reports in the area, not to mention there's just a ton of them on other websites. We come from the Mount St. Helens side. We're like one of the worst roads in the area to get to this point. Found a spot that Jen, Brody, and I want to check out. Looking for Bigfoot evidence. There's a lot of organic matter on the ground. I mean, that doesn't make it impossible to find footprints, but it doesn't accept them very well. Looking for some structures and listening for wood knocks and vocalizations. Sometimes they let you know that they're in an area if you know what to listen for. A leaner. Well, you know what? It's kind of cool how it ended up in the crook of where the two trees branch off. I've noticed a lot of structures will start that way. That definitely doesn't look like it lived its life there. What do you see, Brody?
You see it?
Clear over there. Natural purpose, who knows? That is part of a footprint.
Four-legged animal or something. Just small prints though.
Yep.
I don't know what. Not definitive.
Did find a footprint.
Looks like it stepped right between the two trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having a hard time even making, we can't make an imprint in this ground. Here's the top of it right here. And it goes back through here. And it looks like 18
That's the toe section.
by about 8. 7.5, 8.
It's the right dimensions. I want to look down below where it would be coming from. Let's see if it made any other impressions besides that one. I don't even hardly sink or make it spring.
That's why I noticed that.
Where would he have come from? I'm not assuming the Bigfoot's gender. I just think that if they get bigger than 15 inches, it's usually a male. Just going off of Patty. Patty was right around 14 inches, and we all know that was a female. And an adult female. So Jenny measuring one that's 18 inches long. I'll go out on a limb and say it's a male. Well, this is a great vantage point. This is the highest point in the forest that we're currently in. And it can dip down and hide on either side of this mound if it wanted to.
I wonder if there was a branch that got shoved down right here or something. Looks kind of fresh.
Yeah, that does appear fresh.
Here's another one.
You found another track?
No, one of those stab marks.
Oh, another place that got stabbed in the ground. Makes me wonder if they're wood knockers sticks. They shove them into the ground sometimes when they take a break. Who knows, when we were back near the road, it may have knocked before we even got out of the vehicle, so we didn't even hear the knock.
That's kind of look at the one that's balancing on there. That's an old dead log that's balancing on a new broken log.
An old relocated one. A spot does make sense for a sentry when you get up here and start looking around. Do you see an impression?
Just kind of faint, but not
I see it too.
enough to say it's this or that.
It's not as definitive as the one that we just measured. I don't know if the camera picks it up.
No, but
There's an impression there, people. This soil is just thick with organic matter. It's set up pretty hard. It takes a lot of weight to damage it to the point that you can make out in a complete footprint like the one that Jenny found up here at the top.
it's gonna be a lot harder to find any impressions with this being so spongy.
Seems like less people come here than Mount St. Helens side. I mean, both places are remote, but this place feels more remote as far as people activity. Okay, I just measured the dimensions on this one, and right up at the toe area, up at the top, it's a good 15 inches, and it comes around the hills over here. And it stepped in so deep that there's still standing water here. The Bigfoot obviously come down for the water. And then Brody found,
So
what'd you
over
find?
here, you can see it's in the same direction where it hit. It come down and kind of took a piece of that
It was heading that direction.
top
And
layer
look-
off.
Look, it's going through the pickup stick logs. I doubt it scurried under them. I bet you it leaped on top of these logs and went off that direction. Just past the 15-inch mark down here, you see how deep the hill has sunk in, and then the toes come up right up here at the top. And it didn't sink in as deep at the toes. It put most of its weight at the heel. Where the heel curves around is about 5 inches where it starts to taper at the back. Up at the toes, 7 inches. I mean, this, I'm not saying Bigfoot did this, but it's Bigfoot dimension. It's just about 15 inches in length, maybe a little bit longer. At the widest, up at the toe splay, 7 inches. Where it tapers at the heel, that's a little over 5 inches. This is a big deep track, and I want to measure the depth that it sunk in at the deepest spot. I'm getting about 2 inches, a little over 2 inches deep at the deepest spot on that side. On this side, same thing, about 2.5 inches deep over there. I mean, this thing sunk in deep. This is why we checked the water sources. This thing got a drink right here. Show them where the creek is, Brody. Creek's right there. Even though this is a dry spot over here, it sunk in deep enough to the water table that the water table filled it.
Gypsy well?
Yeah, it's like a gypsy well. We could probably drink out of this and get less parasites and less bacteria if we didn't want to boil. It made a natural gypsy well, and I'm sure it didn't do that on purpose. It just walked away after getting a drink right here. Brody found evidence of where it stepped again over there. So now we're finding evidence of 2 different sized tracks. One that's 15, one that's 18. It could be a mating pair. That is just amazing. Okay, I need to make some photos. Measuring the footprint, seeing where it went. What do you see, Brody?
So,
Sticker.
So this is just kind of broken off right here. It looks like it's just stuffed in the ground right here.
So it's like a wood knocker that it's stuck in the ground.
That it did not grow there. See that?
Yeah, yeah.
And then this is just kind of snapped and bent over like that. Just little subtle signs.
That may be evidence of it coming in and out of the water hole where it just left the massive track. I don't know, from this angle, you might be able to see the track better, leaving the little creek. And then back there at the top of that hill is where we found the 18-inch track, and we also found other tracks that weren't definitive enough to measure or say that they were Bigfoot shaped. Just because there's an 18-inch long by 8-inch wide Bigfoot shaped track up there, we're not saying it's Bigfoot. And just because there is a 15-inch long by 7-inch wide at the widest part Bigfoot track down here by the water, we're not saying it's Bigfoot. We just want to point out we're in a Bigfoot sighting hotspot. We're coming in here to investigate some Bigfoot sightings that we received at Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization, and this is what we have found. This is what we have found.